The story begins with two girls named Dora and Jenny, who are good friends and work as air hostesses. They both go to work, and their captain introduces them to a boy named Josh, who is traveling alone on the flight. Jenny brings him onto the flight, after which more passengers start arriving. Inside the flight, Jenny meets a boy named Haidari, who is a professional teacher and is trying to place a cage in the rack, but it won't fit. The cage contains rats, and Jenny comes to help him. He explains that the cage was given to him by some of his students and contains research rats. They start talking, and Jenny finds the teacher's demeanor quite appealing. Then, a player named Rice comes in and helps the teacher with the cage, but one of the rats bites him. Jenny places the cage among the other items, and the flight takes off. Now everyone is in the air, and Jenny is checking on all the passengers. Meanwhile, Harry is watching the news, which shows some strange incidents happening in a building. Jenny also watches this news. When Jenny checks on the passengers again, she notices that the overweight man who was bitten by the rat is starting to feel unwell and asks Jenny for water. Jenny quickly goes to Dora to ask her to bring water for the man. After a while, when Jenny returns to check on him, she finds that the overweight man is unconscious in his seat. As Jenny tries to lift him to check on him, he vomits on her, and she quickly calls Dora for help. Dora assists the man, and when Jenny comes back to clean herself, the man suddenly pushes her hard and runs towards the pilot's cabin, shouting loudly to stop the plane. His condition deteriorates severely, and he becomes uncontrollable, prompting the other passengers to try to restrain him. They all work together to tie his hands. Now, Dora asks the pilot to land the plane here because the man's health has worsened significantly. Jenny and Dora again take Ralph back to his seat. Dora tries to fasten his seatbelt, but Ralph bites her face. Ralph then runs towards the pilot's cabin, but they catch him again and lock him in a room. He knocks on the door and tries to open it, but they prevent him from getting out. Meanwhile, Dora's face is covered in blood. Among the passengers, there is a girl who is a doctor, and she tries to stop Dora's bleeding. Due to the emergency, the plane needs to land. However, there is only one airport worker, and they do not have permission to land the plane here. But due to the emergency, the pilots manage to land the plane. The worker evacuates everyone from the plane, and the two pilots hold the door to keep Ralph inside. The pilot asks Jenny to quickly call for help. Now the worker tries to get everyone out, but all the doors are locked. The passengers are confused about what is happening. They are now quarantined at this airport, and shortly after many police cars arrive. People think that perhaps the police are here to rescue them, but they are external and do not come inside. The passengers shout at Jenny, saying that she brought them here and they need to get out. But now Dora's condition worsens. The lady doctor says that there is a kit in her bag that can stop Dora's bleeding. Jenny goes inside the plane with the worker, but they find that both pilots are not there, so they look at the door, but inside is the fat man. Ralph is no longer there. They open the door where the kit is, but here they find an old passenger who couldn't speak. Now, Jenny asks a passenger to stay with the old man, Jenny, and Burger start looking for the kit, but Jenny sees that the rat cage has been opened. Jenny tells Henry about this. A passenger pulls something out of his bag. Now Jenny finds the kit bag and takes it outside. Jenny also sees a laptop belonging to a passenger that is stained with blood, and she spots the pilot with her torch. But then, when Jenny looks back, she sees her captain, who has now turned into a zombie, attacking her quickly and trying to bite her. The others there try to help Jenny, but he was quite uncontrollable. One of the passengers shoots the filthy zombie, killing it. After this, they pull the old man out of the plane and take him to a room. There, Jenny senses someone else is there when she hears a sound. When she goes to check, she finds a woman who has been infected and she rushes towards Jenny, but they close the door. Now everyone gathers together, confused about what is happening to them. While they are talking, the old man's attention is caught by the rat, which bites him. Now George sees this and catches the rat, putting it in a box. Now the people think that Dora and that bad man must also be infected, so they lock both of them in one place. They look at the rat, which has a lab sticker on it, meaning it was an experimental rat. Seeing this, everyone is quite surprised about how this rat ended up here. Now George suspects Henry because these rats belong to Henry. George says that this is spreading the virus, but Henry says, "Look, that's not true. These rats were given to me by my student." Jenny asks him about these rats. Henry says, "Look, I don't know anything about this." Then a fat man named Ralph grabs Jenny from behind. But somehow these people manage to catch Ralph and choke him. After this, George tells Jenny that, look, Henry is lying. He is the one spreading this virus. However, Jenny, who does not believe in words, remains skeptical. After this, some police officers arrive wearing masks, asking everyone to come with them for a raid. They have taken the old man, meaning the infected people, out of here. They give him an injection, but he refuses to take it. The officers say that if you don't do this, we won't let anyone leave here. Because of this, an old woman among them agrees to take the injection, but the cat she has bites her. So the officer starts shooting at the cat. But at that moment, the old man regains consciousness and has turned into a zombie. He bites the police officer, so they shoot the old man and come out with their companion. A passenger also comes out with them, but outside the police start shooting at their own companions, resulting in the passenger being killed as well. Therefore, people move away from that gate. There is an injured police officer, and they pull him inside. But the sound of the gunfire attracts the zombies towards them. Now they move to a safe place, but one of the passengers has already been infected. He tells his wife to leave quickly because he can no longer control himself. But before his wife can escape, he bites her, infecting her as well. Now they ask the injured police officer what is happening here. He says that a few hours ago, a virus spread in a building. When we reached that building, we found out that someone had created this virus, and there is still no antidote for it. But then, that officer Henry snatches the gun and shoots himself. All these people are hiding inside a truck and want to get out of this place soon. They sit inside and plan their escape from here. There is one way to go outside, and that is through the tunnel. But there, George finds something in Henry's bag, and Jenny also arrives. They find some maps in Henry's bag, but Jenny doesn't understand anything from those maps. Meanwhile, George finds an entry in Henry's bag, but then the passengers who have turned into zombies start attacking them. Henry arrives and shoots them all. However, one zombie bites Henry, but George says that nothing will happen to Henry because he has the antidote. Now everyone realizes that Henry is the one who spread this virus. Henry asks George for the antidote, but then a worker tries to grab Henry's gun from behind, and Henry shoots him. After that, Henry injects the antidote into his body to avoid being infected. He also puts it in his eyes. He snatches it from Jenny and takes George with him. Now only Jenny and the lady doctor are left. They plan to find George together, so they separate. But then a zombie falls behind Jenny and grabs her, but she kills it. Now Jenny is hiding when she sees another zombie, but the lady doctor comes to her and gives her a new vision, telling her to find George. Now Jenny realizes that she has also been infected. The lady doctor says that she will distract the zombies so that Jenny can escape. The lady doctor calls the zombies to her, and they all cling to her, allowing Jenny to escape. Jenny finds George, who has been tied up by Henry, but it is quite dark, and George can't see anything. Jenny with night vision can see him and goes to him, but she finds that Henry has also turned into a zombie because of the side effect of the antidote. He attacks Jenny and tries to bite her, but George shoots Henry at the right moment. It is so dark here that Jenny couldn't see anything. Then she looks with her night vision, and there lies Henry, and Jenny hits him on the face with a rod once again, completely killing him. As soon as they are about to get out from here, the police start setting this place on fire from outside. At that moment, Jenny sees a window that leads outside, and so both of them try to escape through that window. But George sees with night vision that Jenny has also been infected. Jenny tells George to go alone, but George wanted to take Jenny with him. However, after Jenny's persuasion, he leaves this place. He looks back and sees that Jenny hasn't come out. But then he realizes that Jenny has completely turned into a zombie. She grabs George, but George manages to free himself and has now escaped from here, meaning he has saved his life. And with this, the film, this story, comes to an end here. Friends, if you liked the video, please like and comment, and if you are here for the first time, subscribe to the channel. See you in our next video.